72 virgins? Is Islam really promising that to men in paradise? You've probably seen this claim in movies, headlines, or online debates. But is it true, or just a distortion of Islamic texts? That's a question I received from a viewer, a non-Muslim, who asked me. When I first heard that question, I was shocked, maybe even a bit annoyed, but I ended up smiling and answering it. Want to know how I handled it? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to the One Quran Verse podcast. I'm Khalid, where Muslims and non-Muslims can ask anything about Islam. No judgment, just honest, real talk. Today's question is one of the most controversial I've gotten from our last podcast comments. Is it true that Muslim men get a harem of virgins in paradise? And I'll break it down with sources, context, and truth. Before we get into it, let's clear up where this idea comes from. In Jami al-Tirmidhi, book on the description of paradise, Hadith 2562, the Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, the martyr will be married to 72 wives from the wide-eyed Huris, and will be an intercessor for 70 of his relatives. This hadith is graded Hasan, good, credible, but not the highest level of authenticity, and also appears in Sunan Ibn Majah, Musnad Ahmad, and others. Hadiths are records of the Prophet's sayings and actions collected by scholars over centuries and classified by reliability: Sahih, authentic; Hasan, good; or Da'if, weak. Crucially, this narration applies specifically to martyrs in the cause of Allah, not every man in paradise. The first reason, media distortion versus Islamic scholarship. The problem is, when the media takes this narration, they strip away context and turn it into a sensational slogan. Islamic scholarship never taught paradise is just about sensual rewards. The Qur'an focuses far more on peace, nearness to Allah, and eternal joy. The second, symbolism in paradise. Descriptions. Many scholars explain that descriptions of paradise, rivers of milk, fruits, spouses, are partly literal and partly symbolic, designed to appeal to human understanding while pointing to something far greater. The last reason, misapplication to all Muslims. The hadith in question applies specifically to martyrs, not to every believer. For ordinary Muslims, the Qur'an says, they will have whatever their souls desire and eyes delight in, and you will be there forever. Quran 43:71. Meaning, the reward is personal, not a fixed one-size-fits-all list. I once met a young man who said, Islam is just about promising men women's in paradise. I looked at him and asked, so, you believe that a soul who lived with sincerity, fed the hungry, and forgave his enemies, was driven only by desire? He stopped for a moment, then smiled. Sometimes, all it takes is a little context to shatter a stereotype. Now it's your turn. What's the most misunderstood thing you've heard about Islam? Drop it in the comments. And if you value real answers over clickbait myths, subscribe, like, and share this video so we can keep the conversation going. In the next episode, I'm tackling a question many non-Muslims ask, and one that's also a beautiful part of Islamic culture. Why do Muslim women cover while men don't? This is Khalid Podcast. One question, one conversation. Your subscribe, like, and share mean more than you think. May Allah bless you.